Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. Today, as per usual, we're here to watch Courtney's live stream because on Monday we watched Kelsey's live stream, and this is somewhat of a tradition on my channel for the past 6 months or so, probably. This live stream is a little bit older. It's from a few months ago at this point. And this live stream is an hour and 48 minutes long altogether. I did have some issues screen recording it. Sometimes this happens on Facebook where it doesn't work properly. However, I did see a part where she addresses the haters. So I thought, hey, as a bunch of haters that we are, why not watch it and hear a little message from Courtney to us? So we're just gonna get right into it. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. If you'd like to support my channel, that's a nice free way that you can do that. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for being here. Let's just get right into this.
In July, when I was like, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym on a regular basis because it was hit or miss. We had bought the gym membership and then we would go and then we wouldn't. We would go and we wouldn't. I was like, this gym membership is a freaking investment. Okay. It's like some people pay this back in the day. Whenever I was first in apartments in Missouri, this could have been someone's rent, okay? Like, not now, but I think back then, or paying for a room. So it's like, it's the way that they make our foods that's the problem. And anyway, I made the decision I'm gonna go to the gym regularly, and that started in July. Now, I will tell you, there have been weeks where I've gone like 5 days, maybe even 6 or...
It's the way that they make our foods. Who's they? What food? I watched a few minutes before I started recording and the sentence still didn't make sense to me.
Maybe even 7. I think I've done it a couple of times like that. But there's also times whenever I go since July that I'll go like, I'm traveling a lot and all these things, and I just do not have a routine with the gym. But I'm still moving my body. I'm making sure I'm moving, like dancing. Now you guys see that. That's a huge part. Yeah. So Amy, I have done, ever since the end of 23, I have not stopped the heart and soil supplements. So for the last 5 years, I've consumed them on and off. But for the last year, yes, for the last year, a little bit over, I have now been taking the heart and soil supplements every single day. I think I maybe missed when we ran out.
So if I'm hearing correctly, you've been consuming ketones for a very long time, which we're supposed to do that, but nothing was happening. And only when you implemented other changes is when change and transformation started happening. So we're saying that ketones did not do what you say that ketones do. Ketones don't work, in my opinion. Regardless if we're talking about mental clarity and focus or your fitness goals, in my opinion, pruvit ketones are trash and they're not gonna work for you. It's not the supplement, it's nutrition, it's activity and all that good stuff. It's not the supplements. Not just pruvit ketones. I think in general I really don't take any supplements and I don't think that they're necessary. You know, if you don't have any health issues that would prevent you from reaching your fitness and wellness goals, I really think that supplements are not necessary. But please, for the love of God, always talk to a professional before doing anything, because let's not listen to people like Courtney because she's not qualified.
I think we ran out the first time and I had stopped for days. It wasn't weeks or anything. So I've taken them now for a year. In July is like, I was already starting to like transform. Okay. Cause I had like gained a lot when I started eating a ton of sugar and stressing myself out and grief and all these things. And like, you'll hold grief in your face. So like, you'll feel inflammation right in here if you're holding on to grief, just so you know. Okay. I watched a video. I'm just giving you information I've heard. Okay. Not an expert. So I was like, ooh, and I felt my...
Interesting that she says she's not an expert when she talks about things like that, but when she talks about like fitness and wellness stuff and food, she does not give that disclaimer that she's not an expert. So I find that interesting.
Yes, I'm like, oh, my face feels good. When I first saw that, which was recently. And I look back and I'm like, oh, that's exactly what was going on. Not only that, I was eating sugar, so then I'm retaining more as well. And then water retention, all those things. So the difference between now, the highest I've weighed in the last, ever since having Caden, I gained, guys, I was like 170 something pounds with him. I was so big. Okay. I was like stopping getting on the scale because I didn't even want to know the number. All right. And when you looked at me now my face was inflamed. I mean, like at some point I was just like, I just want to eat what I want. Okay, I don't even care. That was the first pregnancy I actually did that with, to be honest. A little bit with Madeline. I was the most unhealthy with Madeline. Yeah, some people tried to lie to me and say I didn't look pregnant from the back, but I'm like, the body don't look like the body did look, okay? So, I mean, I definitely have something going on here. But yeah, Lincoln, I didn't look pregnant from behind, but with Caden, I was very pregnant. The ball, the watermelon was massive. I mean, it was, I don't know why I'm holding it down here, because that's just how long he was. He came out and he was like 23 inches, okay? He was 10 pounds, 9 pounds, 9 pounds, 9 pounds, 12 ounces, because he was born on September 14th. So I think he was 9 pounds, 12 ounces. And what's the other thing? 9 pounds, 12 ounces, 23 inches long. He was massive, okay? Anyway, point to that is that that was the biggest I had weighed was probably like close to 150. And I was like, I'm done. Okay. And it was like, I had a surgery.
That part is where the issues started with the video, so I split it into 2 recordings. I tried again, and this one's a little bit longer, thankfully. I don't know why that happens on Facebook. Anyway, let's move on.
I started to like, because when I was breastfeeding, I wasn't like focused on losing weight, right? And then I started to transform for about the 6 months, 10 months, whatever. And then I was like, oh, finally, my body's transforming now. Yay. Okay. And then I had appendicitis, and I had to have an appendectomy, and I had surgery, my only surgery I've ever had. And I had to get gas blown up in my stomach. And that just never seen, like my stomach is, you know, if you know, you know. And that was really disheartening for brief parts, just to look at your body and know that there was like nothing you could do about it. You just had to like let it heal. And that was the beginning of 23. It was actually 6 days before Jessie Lee's surgery, which is just crazy, of her resection, resection surgery that she had. And I think it was February 23rd. Anyway, so fast forward from there to going through her diagnosis and all of that. And then in September, she passed away. Grief hits, and I consume the sugar. And then go into July is when I'm like, I'm done. Done with the sugar. I'm done with my birthday. Like, I'm over it. I'm intuitively eating, and I'm understanding what my body wants when my body wants it, okay? I had already layered in this Heart and Soil supplements. I've been 7 years on ketones. I drink a gallon of water most days, not every day. I'm always carrying my water around, okay? I'm always keeping my electrolytes up. I'm always moving my body. Then July, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get in the gym consistently. It wasn't every single day. It wasn't even a consistent 5 days a week since July. Not at all, okay? But I did it, and I stayed committed to it. I kept going back to it, okay? And what else do we do? And then healing, okay? Healing happened March or April. I think it was probably April, right at the end of March, with Amy for the first time. Then I go back to Amy in October. Fast forward, rewind, all the way back to that story. In October. Now, also, yes, Joshua and I are now separated. And I know that by me, I made the decision this entire year of 2024, going through navigating my grief and just the things that he and I were going through in our family and all those, like we're both grieving, all of us are grieving, all 5 of us are grieving. And I knew it was like, I cannot control anything outside of me, but I can control to choose myself. And I don't mean that in a selfish or a vindictive or any kind of way. I just knew that if I choose me, that other people will choose me. And it's not a selfish thing, because I want him to do the same thing. I want my kids to do the same thing. I want them to understand that they get to choose themselves, love themselves, and that helps us to work better together. Because if I choose me, I am choosing to know my body. I am choosing to understand my needs. I am choosing to know to love myself and to understand how to give love to myself and to put myself in situations that feel good and not in those that don't, right? That's what I mean by choosing me, okay? And I focused on that all year long. And, you know, that was a huge part of it. And so healing.
I mean, you can choose yourself without necessarily breaking up your relationship. Obviously, it depends what's happening in the relationship. But as someone who used to be engaged, I chose what's best for me and him because we weren't for each other. So I don't know what happened between her and Joshua or whatnot. So I'm not gonna get into that. Sometimes I do definitely think that people are better separated, even if there's kids involved. Sometimes marriages can be so toxic that for kids, it's, you know, it's always gonna be traumatic if people divorce, but sometimes it's better if they do divorce for everyone involved. So like I said, I'm just not gonna get into all that. This was fresh, I think, after they separated as well. So the haters part is coming up soon.
Joshua and I both ended up going to the shaman in October, and we, you know, he went in first, and I went in. Like I met up there with the kids and went in after him, and it was just for both of us. Like both times that we've done it, we both met with her twice. Oh, does he go tomorrow? Shoot. Dang it, I can't text him. I don't have my laptop. Anyway, so in October, when I knew I was going to go do that, I get a reach out from a friend, and she's like, hey, would you like to go to this breathwork ceremony? 24. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not really sure, but I want to go. And I was like, oh, very high glycemic index on the thing. I'm sorry, it didn't move down. Not sorry. I shouldn't say sorry. Beef liver supplements are huge, yes. I just highly recommend look into the Heart and Soil because of where they source them. They come in a brown glass bottle, so they're just like, they do it right. They're grass-fed, grass-finished New Zealand cows. Like this, it's important. It's important. Maria, hello, darling. I was talking about the UK when I first jumped on. Yeah, I love that Primal Queen is owned by women. That's super powerful. I haven't really looked into where they source their ingredients from, but I did not switch because Dr. Paul Sandino is the guy that founder or co-founder, the Scottish way. Ooh. Listen, I'm
noticing that Courtney has a weird obsession, in my opinion, as a European. She's got a weird obsession with Europe. But the funny thing is that she's got a lot of stereotypes. It sounds like she's very much putting all the Europeans and all the European countries into one bucket. And she does not know what she's talking about. So like, you know, if you are interested in something, please do your research, Courtney, before you start saying like stereotypical stuff. Because I've seen some live streams of her where she's talking. Oh, I'm going to react to a live stream in the future where she's talking about like Europe and Italians, and she just says a lot of really funny stuff. So
overnight oats too. That sounds freaking delicious. Yes. Okay. Thank you, darling. So many hugs to you as well. Thank you. Thanks, Jess. I was saying thank you to you, and then I saw hugs over here. Not two different comments. So when I did this breathwork ceremony, it was the first time I had ever, now I've done priming with Tony Robbins priming. I did that a few times over and over by myself. Just look up Tony Robbins priming on YouTube. Tony Robbins priming. Search it in the YouTube bar. It's like the first one that comes up. You'll see clips of him like in the audience, and then you'll see clips of like videos like that they pull from the internet or whatever of like people in nature and stuff like that. And that is the
gotta block the haters. Look at that smirk.
I just gotta take care of that. Okay. Submitted a report. Had to go fast because it's like you're talking to me and you're asking me questions, and then you're making a statement when we've never had a private conversation before. You literally don't know me. This is my life.
It's interesting how she says this, actually, that you literally don't know me, but she's live streaming for hours and hours and hours, most of the days probably in the week, talking about really personal stuff, you know, sharing things that make people feel connected to her, that make people think that they know her, because in my opinion, it's easier for her to recruit those people into her pruvit business if they think or if they feel like they know her. But then when something like this happens, she's like, well, you literally don't know me. And it's true, you don't know her. She's faking all of that, in my opinion, because she wants to recruit as many people as she can into her business, into her pruvit business, because then she gets more money for herself.
I don't have to keep you here. Goodbye. Okay, so in July, thanks, Jess. I saw that. Oh, you're talking to me, Deidre. I was like, wait, what? How did the... You guys, I love you so much. Thanks, Tasha. I made it go away, too. I'm like, I don't know if you guys can still see the comment, but I can't because I reported it. Oh, I miss you, too. Okay, so I'm like, there's literally no truth to even what you're saying, okay? Yes, anyway, I'm not even gonna talk about it, okay? All right, so, the breath work, though, the Tony Robbins priming will help you kind of with this. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. This is like free. You can pay for his, but if you are on Audible, you can search Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations. Y'all, tap into the pineal gland in April. I'm going to a 7-day retreat with him in Dallas. It's here. I'm so excited. Then there's a 10-day extended retreat for advanced. This is advanced, and so is that one in Cancun. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. I am, and I don't want to, like, there's no need to attack. It's just like, if you don't like me, why are you watching me? If you don't agree with things I do, or you look at them the way that you just commented that you look at them, it doesn't make sense to spend time consuming me if you don't like me.
So it depends what the comment was. If the comment was about her marriage and whatnot, her separation, then sure, you don't necessarily have to comment on that kind of stuff because it's, you know, it's their personal, private stuff, reasons why they separated. But if the comment was about the business model and you scamming a bunch of people out of money, then like, yeah, a lot of people don't like you, or a lot of people don't like the fact that you're scamming people out of money. So people are watching you and people are consuming your content so that they can raise awareness of the fact that you're a scammer, again, in my opinion. So
I literally was just sharing on the live. I chose me so that I could do, and that was inside of my relationship, by the way.
Okay.
If it can be misunderstood, it will be. He knows this. We've had these conversations, and he doesn't feel like it was a not choosing him thing. That's not what it is. Okay, just energetically, just understand that. So, the breath work with all of these things,
all right, she goes on into the breath work again, and then it stopped again. The video stopped again, so I thought we heard enough. I guess the comment may have been about her marriage, which again, I'm not gonna get into that. I don't know what happened. I don't really care. I'm just here for the MLM stuff. And like I said, like, yeah, there's a lot of haters. She would say that everyone in the anti-mlm movement is a hater. But yeah, people watch you to call you out on your bullshit, in my opinion, and to raise awareness on the scams that you're promoting. Again, in my opinion, you guys let me know down below what you thought about this. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget that you can support my channel in a nice free way by subscribing and liking the video. And as always, big shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.